Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video I wanted to review the Logistics Managers Index for April 2023. First, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we review the loads that we book for our customers. Here and there we review different information from the industry, and in today's video we're going to look at the LMI, or the Logistics Managers Index, for specifically April 2023. I've been waiting for this diffusion index to come out for April. Now that we're, this is May 3rd when I'm recording this, and we've made videos about this topic in the past, and what a diffusion index is an index where any reading above 50, so if you have a linear index of 100 and any index over 50 is showing an expanding of the logistics industry. Anything below is basically a contraction or shrinking of the logistics industry. And what we're seeing for April is really interesting. And guys, make sure to smash the like button, because there's a lot of information that had to be kind of digested in order to come up with the information in this video. And I think if this video does well, what I'll do is I will continue with these videos monthly, and also I will actually make multi-part videos for this content, because this is only touching about maybe 20%, 20% of the actual information, and I just didn't want to make a super long video because all of our attention spans, look, a squirrel, but in any case guys, the attention span's nowhere near, and so I want to make sure that we can digest this information and use it to our benefit, right? So the economy continues to be mixed. Okay, so some things are up while other things are down, and that's basically what they're finding. Now here's something that's really interesting. UPS, JB Hunt, and Knight Swift, they all missed their Q1 earnings on the report. Okay, so every one of those three major companies had missed their Q1 2023 earnings. Now, what's interesting, and I find this interesting because everyone's been talking about, oh, things are getting good and things are improving, etc., etc. People are looking for positive news, which I completely understand. I get it. Now, the problem is that JB Hunt president Shelly Simpson, she actually came out and admitted that we're currently in a freight recession. Well, hello, of course we are. Have you been out there? Are you in the trucking industry? Are you seeing what's out there? And I get it. A lot of the top heads that all the news is made out of, they quote these people. They're really trying to keep everything down and not talk negatively, and basically make things look better than they really are. So I get it. But now we are in May, the 5th month of the year for 2023, and now they're actually admitting that we're currently in a freight recession. So let's keep going. This is a far cry from the optimism many carriers were espousing back in January, just like I said. So a lot of people on YouTube are, every month they'll come out and say things are improving, things are good, and then I come out and I'm like, no, based on the numbers that we're seeing, no, more doom and gloom, right? And people don't like that, but people do like to have good news, and I understand. I like good news as well, but I'd rather that you kind of drop these truth bombs on me rather than just sweeten the pot. But in any case, let's get to some good news, right? So for some good news, the U.S. Misery Index is down. That's right, the U.S. has a misery index. I didn't know. I learned about that just today, and now you know. So you heard me right. The U.S. Misery Index, a combined sum of inflation and unemployment rates, it was actually down nearly 8.5 points. I think it was 8.48 points. So nearly 8.5 points. It was down in March of 2023. So that's the lowest number in 2 years. So we should definitely clap for ourselves for that one. We are less miserable than we have been in the last 2 years. All right. Now, if you're still feeling miserable, then imagine how bad things were 2 years ago. So moving on, guys, let's get down to the Dow Jones Industrial Index, right? The Dow Jones Industrial Average, the average rose 2.5% in April. Okay, now we're in May. 2.5 points up in April makes it basically the best month since January's increase of 2.8%, which was mainly because of consumer-focused stocks in the first place. This is good news. This is definitely good news. Now, the European and U.S. business activity increased in April at the fastest pace in nearly a year. More good news. Consumer spending was up 3.7% in Q1 of 2023, first quarter that we just closed up. A massive jump from the 1% growth seen in the fourth quarter of 2022. This is truly good news. Now, some more good news that, maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't, but gas prices continue to fall. So for those with gassers, you obviously like it. For those of you who have semi-trucks or other diesel equipment or other, pickup trucks, diesel pickup trucks, you may not like it as much. Now, since inflation was up mildly in March, expect the Fed to raise interest rates by another quarter point in early May, which will bring it to a nice and even 5%. Now, the baseline rate is kind of where everything starts with the cost of money, right? That's where your interest rates on your credit cards, your your mortgages, your car loans, all these things. Like the reason everything is so damn expensive right now is partly because of this, and they're using the baseline rates, the Fed rate, in order to basically control economic activity as well as unemployment, and this is basically designed to keep things at an even keel. Now, whether they're doing a good job with that or not is not for me to decide. And with all that said, the overall LMI, the Logistics Managers Index, it is down negative 0.2 points. Okay, so that's basically sitting at 50.9. So it is contraction territory. So above 50 is expansion, right? But we're at 50.9, and it continues to go, and it's at its lowest point, lowest reading in the history of the index. So let me kind of put it that way, right? So enough of the good news. Let's get back to the doom and gloom. So it's kind of like having a recession in the freight industry, but not in the overall economy. All right. So this is not good news for the trucking industry. And this is the reason why it's like, Vitaly, you keep saying this is good and that's good and this is good and all of this is improving, but we're still struggling. Well, that's part of the reason. You know, it's like having a recession in the freight industry, which we are. And, you know, JB Hunt president Shelley Simpson agrees, but not in the overall economy. Okay. Plus they slice and dice numbers as they want. They change indices and they change the way that the numbers are calculated in order to put up, some good news or bad news or whatever might be of interest at the time. So consumer spending on services remains really high. Bulky goods are not being shipped in the B2B sector. So business to business sector, unfortunately, is down. They're not shipping bulky goods, and trucking capacity is sitting idle. Okay. So this is where the trouble comes in for the trucking industry. So the 2018 to the 2019 slowdown was actually caused by a trade war between the US and China. And we know that to be the case. Remember 2019 with onset of the pandemic and how everything dried up. There were no, nothing coming in through the ports. There was no shipment, nothing. And then, everything dwindled out to nothing. And then all the freight started coming in, and that's where all the shipping started picking up. And that's why we had about 2 years of really good, strong market. And then things slowed down now because everybody jumped into the trucking industry like it was, the gold rush of California all over again. So the 2022 through 2023 and possibly beyond slowdown is because of how inflation and excess inventory that were built up in 2021 played together, right? So we trucked in all this stuff, we filled up our coffers, and now nobody's buying anything, right? Inflation went through the roof, so everyone's like, we're gonna buy only what's really, really needed. I need food, I need water, I need medicine, I need diapers, whatever might be the case, but not all the fun stuff or whatnot. So inflation is really, hurting the consumer. They're not buying stuff. That means that, things don't have to go from, warehouses to distribution centers to, your stores, shelves, and, into your pantries. Anybody have pantries anymore? So there's that. So while spending and unemployment seem to be doing good, small trucking fleets are closing their doors. And that much is true. So guys, please, if you haven't done so, please smash the like button. Whether you like the content of the video of what I'm presenting. I didn't create the content. This is the LMI. I'm just reporting on it. I'd like to make more videos like this for you guys. I think that following this kind of information is going to be eye-opening to a lot of folks that are sitting, idle or confused and not sure what's going on, and they're kind of just living day to day, hoping for a better day. And the truth is that, better days are coming. We just have to hold on, and we have to make it through these difficult times. You want to make sure that you're still in business when the market turns around, because turn around it will, and when it does turn around, it's going to be pretty freaking massive. So I certainly can't wait for that. But right now, I could definitely take a little respite, and so could you, right? So the bottom line is that trucking has a way to go still until improvement kicks in. And in the meantime, the smartest thing you guys could do would be to get yourself a really strong dispatcher. If you're a carrier running under your own MC authority, or if you're a leased on owner operator, I would strongly recommend, getting down to your numbers. And carriers should, figure out their numbers as well, their operating costs. The most important thing in any business, I don't care if it's a trucking company or an ice cream shack, it doesn't matter. You got to know your operating costs, because otherwise you can't really tell, are you doing good or bad, and, where things are going. So it's very, very important. But for trucking, especially because we have such razor thin profit margins, and some of you might be saying, profit margins, what are those? What are you talking about? I haven't made a profit in months. I haven't made a profit in over a year. So that's why it's so important when you have all these consumers closing down their businesses. So please, again, make sure to smash the like button. If you have any questions, concerns, anything at all doesn't make sense, leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. If you need to get in touch with us, hit here's our phone number, our contact information. You can call or text that number at 801-448-6363. You can also go to our website at aftdispatch.com/go. And I'll be more than happy to get in touch with you guys. Just leave your information in the box. Somebody's texting me here, so I do apologize for that. There's going to be 2 boxes on our website for carriers and owner-operators. I highly suggest you pick the one that you're in, fill out your information. We'll get back to you. We'll answer all your questions. And like I said, right now is a super important time to get with dispatchers that will help you be above and beyond everyone else in the industry so you can make it through these tough times. It's also super important to look at your operating costs in terms of your lease on owner-operator expenses. You know, are you being charged too much? Are you paying for bells and whistles that you don't need? Is the company bringing in the kind of money that they should be bringing in? You know, are you grossing the kind of numbers that we show you guys in our weekly videos? And the weekly videos, we present those every single week with the top loads of our customers. So take a look at those. We have a whole playlist of those, and you can look at the latest ones to see where our numbers are, right? So not only will you learn stuff from our videos, we put those up every Friday, 5:30 p.m. Central on our YouTube channel and a few other social media accounts, but also we cover the loads that we book for our customers, which is like watching the weather report, except once a week to get an idea of where the industry is, what are the averages we're running for vans, reefers, flatbeds, stuff like that, and we'll kind of help you get an idea of where you are positioned and if you're doing well enough or you could do better, and then you can make your decisions on, okay, well, here are the costs, here are the expenses, here's the profit, is this worth it for me, and is this something that I should look into? In either case, give us a call or text us at 801-448-6363 or go to our website at aftdispatch.com. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video this Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.